Mantras of our Divine Mother. Our Divine Mother says, life has a purpose. This purpose is to find and serve the Divine. The Divine is not far. He is in ourselves. Hand over your problems to the Divine and He will pull you out of your difficulties. With my love and blessings, says our Divine Mother. Today's reading is from the book On the Mother, the Chronicle of a Manifestation and Ministry, Volume 2 by K.R. Srinivas Iyengar, published by Aurobindo International Center of Education, Pondicherry. Chapter 60, topic Grace Abiding, page 796. (1973) Our Divine Mother's New Year message. When you are conscious of the whole world at the same time, then you become conscious of the Divine. And her New Year prayer for the students. Our Divine Mother says in the New Year prayer for the students, let our effort of each day and at all time be to know Thee better and to serve Thee better. These linked up with her message for the previous Darshan on 24th November 1972. Our Divine Mother wrote, beyond all preferences and limitations, there is a ground of mutual understanding where all can meet and find their harmony. It is the aspiration for a divine consciousness. Our Divine Mother has also said on 31st December 1972, there is only one solution for falsehood. It is to cure in ourselves all that contradicts in our consciousness the presence of the Divine. Our Divine Mother has stated, to see others as others see us, not like the spider in its web, to attract everything towards oneself, but to accomplish equality of attention and to understand through the eradication of the taint of one's egoistic personality, to cleanse oneself of all the smuts and ruts of one's consciousness, to exercise falsehood away, to transcend the dualities, to break up of the prison house of separativity, to grow conscious of the divine omnipresence. The world is indeed charged with the glory of God. The Lord fathers forth the variegated richness of the phenomenal world, but the Divine is nevertheless the ground of harmony, of unity, of Ananda. The transcendence of preferences and limitations could lead to cosmic consciousness, and such cosmic consciousness could ripen into the divine consciousness. To put it in another way, conscious self-awareness and progressive world awareness invade and possess one another and find their meaning and fulfillment in the Divine. An overflow of the fourth leap year anniversary of the supramental manifestation was also to witness the continuation of centenary celebrations. In 1973, the New Year was greeted with meditation and music as usual, and there was the New Year message to ponder in order to allow its meaning to sink into one's soul. The mother's light, as always, was steady in her room on the second floor of the ashram, and devotees were sitting around Sri Aurobindo's samadhi under the service tree in the ashram courtyard. A rich peace radiated and filled the atmosphere. In the conversation with her disciple on 7th Feb 1973, our Divine Mother said that all that revealed and deformed, prevented the manifestation of the divine in us was the falsehood. It was the principle and the power of dilution, distortion, and destruction of the truth. The whole day long, even while seeing people, she was anxious to keep the consciousness unclouded by any vestige of falsehood whatsoever, that the pure adhesion to truth, the uncompromising expulsion of falsehood was the one thing still worth living for. Meeting the Divine Mother on 10th March, the disciple asked her about the new Superman consciousness. Whenever he came in contact with it, he had the feeling of a luminous vastness. Was it enough to let oneself be filled with that consciousness? Was the question. For that, our Divine Mother answered, I think that is the only thing, as you wanted, as you wanted, as you wanted. And also, without you it is death. With you it is life. By death I do not mean physical death. It may be so. I have the feeling that I am that, with all the obstructions that the present consciousness may still have. All the while it is amusing. All the while I have the feeling that I am a little baby who nestles within a divine consciousness, all embracing. If she saw somebody, whoever he might be, her instinctive action, says the writer, her instinctive action was to offer that person to the light. But for herself, all the time, she was one with the true consciousness. She was one with the true consciousness. She was inseparable from the divine. She was like a little baby nestling within the all protective arms of the divine. Message by our Divine Mother for the New Age Association on 28th March, to be held on 22nd April was: freedom is far from meaning disorder and confusion. It is the inner liberty that one must have, and if you have it, nobody can take it away from you. Our Divine Mother's message on 24th April 1973, when she gave all her children the Terrace Darshan, was: beyond man's consciousness, beyond speech, oh, the supreme consciousness, unique reality, divine truth. Thousands who had gathered in devotion and heightened expectancy below in the streets felt a great elation and feeling of fulfillment when the Divine Mother appeared before them, clinging on to the railing, cast upon them in a slow swinging semicircle her immortal look of understanding and love. Our prostrate soil bore the awakening ray, then the divine afflatus spent withdrew. Page 801. The writer, Sri Srinivas Iyengar, writes, it was not certain that the Divine Mother would give Terrace Darshan on the 15th of August, but there was a large number of visitors and they were delegates to the annual conference of the Sri Aurobindo Society. Sadhaks, children of the Ashram, Aurobilians were all looking forward to the darshan. To the relief of everybody, our Divine Mother consented to give darshan as usual, and people exchanged looks of infinite joy. The morning collective meditation before the Samadhi.
Délice de ton amour, Seigneur, inonde les esprits des splendeurs de ta lumière. Permets que nous réalisions ta victoire. Lord, fill our hearts with the delight of thy love. Flood our minds with the splendor of thy light. Grant that we may manifest thy victory. Bhadram karnehi shrinvamah. Bhadram chakshurhirevalokayamah. Bhadram manubhishchintayamah. Bhadram bahuभिः साधयामः. रसोवैसः. नमस्तेस्तु महारौद्रे महाघोर पराक्रमे महाबले महोत्साहे महाभयविनाशिनि त्राहि मां देवी दुष्प्रेक्ष्ये शत्रुणां भयवर्धिनि सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वस्ये सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते भयव्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमस्तुते ॐ यस्मिन् सर्वे यतः सर्वे यः सर्वः सर्वतश्च यः यश्च सर्वमयो देवस्तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः देवस्तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः तामुपे शरणं परमेश्वरि तामुपे शरणं परमेश्वरि तामुपे शरणं परमेश्वरि सर्वरूपमयी मीरा सर्वं मीरामयं जगत् ॐ गुरुभ्यो नमः ॐ देवेभ्यो नमः ॐ मीरा श्री मीराय नमः
reflective meditation before the Samadhi and the pilgrimage to Sri Aurobindo's room conditioned the mind to a mood of perfect receptivity and prepared the soul for the grace of the Darshan. After lunch, even before people started taking vantage positions on the pavements, and presently, as the hours passed, on the streets, the crossroads, and terraces, commanding a view of the ashram balcony where the Divine Mother was to appear in the evening. There was a crippling in a wheeling chair. They were old and children. As seconds sped on, the sun was on the decline, and at 6 there was a sharp shower as if to cool the atmosphere. But nobody shifted their position, and the shower too came to an end. People watched and waited, and some few marveled at the mystery of the ineffable divine enacting a recognizable Redeemer role. When our Divine Mother appeared at last above the human sea, she was like the brief nectarian dawn. Although she had needed help to come, she now held on to the railing and walked slowly, surveying with her arcing, magnificent glance the surging mass of humanity below. Like a bubble on the brim of a cup, a faint smile lingered on her face, and the still human sea of forms and faces received that downpour of grace. With the appearance of the Divine Mother, there came an unscrutable peace, and all seemed to be gripped by an unknown power. The silence was so intense, that one could never imagine 8,000 people were packed on the road. And the writer writes, how momentous was that instant when we stood. How momentous was that instant when we stood before the blazing gaze of the Divine Mother's eyes. One look, and we all felt twice blessed. That timeless instant can never be forgotten. Many felt it was on them. Many felt it was on them in particular that the gracious look was cast. After Darshan, the disciplined crowd of the devotees disperse in an orderly manner, and in the course of the next few days, most of the visitors return to the normal functioning. Our Divine Mother too retreated to her trance of waiting, and day followed, week followed. There was hardly any change in the tenor of her outer life.